Countries are weird. The world seems like it's getting smaller and smaller thanks to the invention of the internet and human flight. But in certain regions, many countries are meshing their cultures together, leading us to be influenced by the media that they produce. In Hollywood, there's been an increasing interest in foreign films for the pretentious cinema majors. But for music, sometimes it takes a while for the international bands to cross over to American waters, if ever at all. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the No Skip Show. I'm your host, Travis Platt, and today we're talking about international bands and what bands have to do to reach international success. Make sure to give this video a like, comment below your favorite international bands, as well as make sure to subscribe and smack that notification bell to keep the record spinning. We are keeping super busy on this channel. We're uploading every Monday and every Thursday for long-form content, as well as shorts every single day. So make sure to keep up to date with all the content coming out, as well as bonus content on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And I also have Spotify playlists. Those will all be in the link tree in the description below. Make sure to follow me and keep up to date. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this video. I feel like this topic is a lot simpler than it seems. Many bands that are starting out prefer not to leave their home country until they have an established fan base. With social media and streaming being the primary way to discover new bands, these bands are more likely to tour locally where they aren't spending thousands upon thousands of dollars to play for significantly smaller crowds. So until reaching a certain crowd, they just don't. Even a couple years ago, where the primary way to discover music was CDs or the radio, you had to tour and you had to visit those markets, where now so much you really don't. The most obvious example of a band that blew up in their home state but not yet internationally is Don Broco.
No one's ever seen you like that. Everybody.
They have played sold-out arenas in their home country of Britain with support from massive bands like Papa Roach and Dance Gavin Dance, really becoming rock icons in their home country, where here in the United States the band is still trying to find their fan base and have only seldomly toured the country, especially since the COVID-19 pandemic. Their headliner tour in 2019 featured much smaller venues but very energetic crowds to match the band's incredible energy. However, that's nowhere close to the 10,000 capacity arenas they're used to in the UK. This also makes me think of bands like Architects,
No use in saying what it's done, it's not enough.
Electric Callboy, Polaris, and Creeper. Who are all mainly based in their home countries and have yet to really mirror the same numbers here in the States. Even the big international bands, such as the 1975, Bring Me the Horizon, and Neck Deep play for significantly smaller crowds in the US compared to the UK. But why is that? Before the age of the internet and social media, it was very common for bands to be exclusively popular in their country of origin, and also sound vastly different from their international counterparts, with the exception of the mainstream massive bands. I'm mainly talking about the scene and all the bands from the 2000s in Canada that went under the radar, especially the emerging Canadian pop-punk scene, introducing more aggressive post-hardcore influenced vocals and a faster but more emotional approach to the pop-punk bands in America. Bands like Rarity, Calling All Captains, and Youth Fountain are killing it right now. And those bands could reach many more people using social media, especially TikTok, to get all around the world. In another example, I remember hearing people say that Alexis on Fire is just Canadian Underoath. Amongst other comparisons. I've also seen so many compilation videos of Canadian hits all over the place that the average American listener would never hear. Prior to the internet, a band's growth really depended on touring, live shows in general, radio airplay, and simply word of mouth. Labels are more likely to push an upcoming local act to the masses than a new international act, unless it's something like the British invasion of the mid-1960s, where all of those bands were global stars. But throughout time, there has been many breakout artists and many who have struggled in other markets, or those that have stayed true to their country and its fan base. However, with social media, the world is getting smaller and smaller, giving international bands more chances to succeed overseas. The Australian metalcore scene is blowing up here in the States right now, and we even got an all-Australian tour with Parkway Drive, The Amity Affliction,
I can't take another step. I cannot live inside my mind.
Northlane,
Shadow shifts like an incubus. You'll be carving out.
and Make Them Suffer here in the States in the late summer, early fall. Each one of those bands has reached international success. Hell, we are even witnessing Polaris grow more rapidly with their brand new album, Let me know in the comments if you want me to review the album. On the other side of things, we have The Hu, a Mongolian band fusing their culture's throat singing with rock, that have launched into success, despite having all of the odds against them. Now, they are playing arena shows and even have songs with Jacoby Shaddix of Papa Roach, William Duvall of Alice in Chains, and much more. That being said, it is still very difficult for international bands to cross over, but it's not impossible. Even though it takes the bands more time to become successful, well-made music and successful marketing campaigns will help them find that target audience they need overseas. And enough internet hype can go a long way. Just look at Electric Callboy. With the help of YouTubers like Nick Nocturnal and their constant social media grind, they have been able to sell out their first ever US headline tour, playing anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 capacity rooms. It is still significantly less than the shows that they play in their home country of Germany, but it's still an impressive feat that most American bands in a similar genre cannot accomplish, especially in their first headliner in a foreign country. Honestly, the fact that a band can sell out a show so far away from home is a feat that is worth celebrating, and making sure that we go out and see the international bands that we are interested in will go a long way to bring them back to the States. Thanks for watching and happy listening.